Yo, Bo, welcome to another episode of In the Life of MightyFan. And here we are again. We're going through the collection, right? We're cataloging the collection. I thought I'd just power through this one and at least finish off the baseball segment, the Mitchell&Ness baseball segment for this series. As of up to date, today is the day after St. Patrick's Day, so it's March 18th, 2024. And we're going to go to the back rack now. We showed this rack right here some weeks ago where it was a little more humid up here. Now it's pretty nice, so I figured it's a good day to just kind of power through the rest of this. I do have a quick pickup here. Was finally able to grab one of these. Fanatics had a really big sale. At least this was really deeply discounted, and I also had fan cash to use and the Discover reward to kind of stack up on everything. So got the kid rookie BP, the Griffey Jr. Mariners rookie BP, Mitchell&Ness. So here it is, just the 24 on the back, but you know who it is. Mariners across the front. Plain Jane jersey, not a whole lot of bells and whistles, but a pretty classic, jersey in the collection here. And I will show the rest of the BPs again at some point, probably in the fall. I have them all in the closet over there. This one will go with them. Stands for my Phillies. BPs, of course, they're separate with my Phillies jerseys. But let's get to the let's get to the rest of the baseball, the Mitchell&Ness baseball, I should say. And it's back here on this back rack. It really is full. This rack, it would be hard to get anything else on there, although I think I could probably squeeze a few more jerseys in there if I had to. But let's get right to it right now. I'm gonna try to show them a little more kind of back there. I don't want to hit my head on these like a billion times going back and forth. But let's get to it. So like I said in the last video, I don't own a lot of wool flannels. I have a small collection. Most of them are here. The Phillies ones are separate. They're with my Phillies jerseys down in the man cave. But the non-Phillies jerseys are up here. And then we have the rest of the poly knits that are non-Phillies on this rack. It's chock full of them. So we're gonna go one at a time. And let's start with the wool flannels. So these, again, I kind of keep separate from the other jerseys just to kind of keep them together. Just the wool flannels, again, non-Phillies, but we have the 57 Hank Aaron Milwaukee Braves, number 44 on the back. You have the Chief Nokohama right there on the sleeve. A lot of jersey heads will have, and there I go banging the thing. A lot of jersey heads will have this jersey in the collection. It's just a classic jersey. The Braves, the tomahawk across the front, 57 Hank. All wool flannel jerseys are made in the USA. So I know Mitchell&Ness has kind of gotten away from making these for a little time. We'll see if they come back to making them again in the future. So the 57 Hank. And I also have, that's the home Hank, and we also have the 63 home Hank Braves right here. Again, Braves without the tomahawk this time, 44 on the front. Again, you have the Chief Nokohama on the sleeve. This one does have the name on the back, the H. Aaron, which I love so much. H. Aaron on the back, 44. Classic jersey right there. So there are my wool flannel Hanks. Like I said, this rack is really packed with jerseys. We have a 69. Jim Wynn. Houston Astros. Road Gray. 24 on the back. You also have the Astrodome logo on the sleeve. You have the MLB 100th on the other sleeve. Right there. Houston across the front. Road Gray. These are really packed in here. We have the the road gray stand the man Musial, St. Louis Cardinals. Number 6 on the back. I really like the script Cardinals going across the front in that old school logo. Bird with the bat. Keep thinking I'm not going to hit that, and I keep hitting this damn thing. I think I'll come back to putting these back on a little later, just to give myself a little more room. We have the Chicago White Sox up next. Luis Aparicio with the Illinois anniversary patch. Nothing on the other sleeve. Aparicio 11 on the back, and this does not have a year. Oh, it does. I'm sorry. 1968 is your year for this one. Luis Aparicio. You know what? I'm going to put this over here. Baltimore Orioles, Brooks Robinson with the name on the back, number 5, nothing on the sleeves. This is 66 Robinson. Have another Brooks. No name on the back. It's got the Baltimore 5 on the front with the 5, but the thing I like about this one is it's got the cartoon Oriole head on the sleeve. And this is a 60, does not have a year. But if you know the year, you can shout it out in the comments. Thank you to Slim. Sorry to Slim, but I gotta show it. The road gray New York Giants, Willie Mays. It's got the patch on your sleeve right there, 24 on the back. Old run. Willie Mays, New York Giants. What sold me with this jersey is that New York on the front. Just to kind of tell you it's the New York Giants, because obviously they moved to San Francisco years later. But I always like this one just because of the road gray, but also it has that New York across the front. So obviously that's where they originated from. Then we have the Brooklyn Dodgers right here. A lot of Jersey heads will have this jersey. This is a staple. Jackie Robinson, 1955. Robinson, the cream, home, Brooklyn Dodgers. Of course, the road would say Brooklyn across the front, but whether you have the home or away, I think everyone should have a Jackie in the collection. There's Jackie Robinson Day coming up pretty soon. More Dodgers here. We have the Fernando Valenzuela, home Los Angeles Dodgers, and it does also have the logo right there. Anniversary, I think, for LA. 1981 is your year. And we have the 88 Kirk Gibson World Series. I don't believe what I just saw jersey right there. 88 World Series, also the World Series logo. His only at-bat in the World Series was a walk-off home run in Game 1 off of Dennis Eckersley. One of the all-time great moments in MLB history. The straw man right here, Darryl Strawberry, Dodgers, 92 with the 30th anniversary of Dodger Stadium. The home straw. And here's the road. 92. Same patch on the sleeve. Dodger Stadium, 30th anniversary. I still need a Dodgers hat with that side patch on the hat. Eventually. We have the Pedro rookie, Dodgers right there. You have the two for Campy and Drysdale. And then the 52, I do forget who this one's for, but P. Martinez on the back. And this is a 1993 rookie Pedro. And finally for the Dodgers, we have the Piazza 97 home white. It has the Breaking Barriers Jackie Robinson 50th on the sleeve. Clean jersey right here. Then we're going to go to St. Louis. And thank you to Slim. The home Lou Brock. These are getting hard to find. Pullover. This is a 1979. Birds on bat, of course, chain stitched for the logo on the front. You have the 20s on the sleeves. This one's getting harder and harder to find. I've had this one for a while, this next one here, and I was glad last year to finish off the set. Here's the away blue. You'll see a theme developing here with me with these Cardinal jerseys. Here's the road Lou Brock 79 with the 20s on the sleeves. Here is your road Keith Hernandez, St. Louis Cardinals. Yes, before he was a Met, he was a Cardinal. 1979 as well. Same with the Lou Brock. He's got the numbers on the sleeves as well. Another one that's getting harder to find. This is one of the first ones I owned, actually. First Mitchell&Ness baseball jerseys I owned. Bruce Sutter, St. Louis Cardinals, 1982 World Series year. Birds on bat again. This time no numbers on the sleeves. That's, of course, they started putting the numbers on the front. I think in the early 80s. Ozzie Smith, this is an older run made in Mexico. So this does not have the band, the black band on the sleeve. Has the O. Smith on the back. This is the more newer China run. So it does have the black band on the sleeve. The Wizard. Was always a fan of Ozzie Smith. He was probably one of my first favorite baseball players. Non-Philly, of course, him and Griffey. 82, Ozzie Smith, again the World Series year. And finally for the powder blue Cardinals, we have Willie McGee, 82, with the armband. I do forget who that's for, but there's the McGee. There's a good documentary MLB Network did on the 80s Cardinals. Vince Coleman, the home white. 85 is your year on that one. That's the year they lost to the Royals in controversial fashion in the World Series. And here is I think this is an 82, so I gotta put it with the other Aussies. Yeah, 82. This is the home Ozzie Smith. I got this from J-Dub. Shout out to J-Dub in Black Band Bandit right there. So he got the band custom put on. I don't believe this had the band on it originally. This is an older run, Ozzie Smith. But he had it for sale and I couldn't pass on it. Because it completed my Ozzie collection. Alright, now it's going to go ahead of Mr. Coleman. And finally, from that era at least, we have the Road Gray Ozzie Smith. The only Road Gray that they've done to this point from the 80s. It's an 87. And this is the only, to date, button-down Ozzie Smith they've done. This being, of course, with 92 with the 100th on the sleeve. I think they really did a nice job with it. I was glad to finally get it when I did. It took me a while to get this one. Again, shout out to Slim. San Diego Padres, Dave Winfield, 1973. This jersey was one of those that it never really wowed me until I saw it in person. When I saw it in person, I knew I had to have it. It's just one of those things. But the 31 on the back, and it rounded out my Dave Winfield collection. We have the 78 home. Really like that scripted Padres. I got the perfect hat for it. That was made some years ago. I'm sorry, did I say 78? 76. Has the Centennial for the National League. I have 78 on the mine because the next one's a 78. The next couple are 78. And of course, that's my birth year, so I always have 78 on the mine. Here's the 78 All-Star year jersey for the Padres, the home Winfield. And there you got the All-Star Game logo. You've seen this a lot, and they've put it on a lot of Padre hats. Winfield 31 on the back. Nice jersey. This is the older run of the road version. The more iconic, I would say, for the Padres, that brown and mustard yellow. The Road 78. Now this is I say it's the old version. It's the USA version. You can tell by the name, how big that name is, and the arc on there, because they reissued it. And actually, the first one I ever owned of this was this one that I'm about to share. This is the newer China run of it. This was the first one I owned. And then when I saw that USA one, I'm like, oh, I got to get the USA, because you can tell the difference. It's still a nice jersey, but just the original run, it's just the name on the back just pops a little more, in my opinion. And it's got the All-Star logo on the sleeve. I'm going to hit you with the mustard yellow Gaylord Perry. I got a few Perrys in the collection, just a few. Again, 78 is your year. Perry 36. You saw I had the Mariners jerseys in the last video that I did for this series. There's the All-Star logo. Do be careful, there's a lot of fakes of these. A lot of the fakes won't have the name on a nameplate. That's one of the tells that it's a knockoff. The name is supposed to be on a nameplate for the 78 jerseys. There's the Wizards Padres jersey right here. Shout out to Sarge. I got this from him, I think, a few years ago, if memory serves me right. Old run. San Diego on the front, Smith. This is going to be a 1979, like the Smashing Pumpkins sung about some years ago. Although Billy Corbin is a Cubs fan. believe that's an 82 Tony Gwynn pullover. Yep, 82, the road. Probably one of the best years in Padres baseball, 84. First time they made it to a World Series. Speaking of the Cubs, they got them in the LCS that year, and then they lost to the Tigers in the World Series. In a tough World Series for the Padres, but they did get there for the first time in franchise history. 84. Tony Gwynn. The RAK is... now, someone asked me about this in one of my older videos. What's that stand for? And that was for Ray Kroc, the old owner of the Padres, who was also the man, I believe, behind McDonald's. At least he was part of the McDonald's franchise, had ownership or what have you. I forget if that movie was made about him. I have yet to watch it, The Founder. But he also owned the Padres, and he passed away that year, so that's why the RAK is on the sleeve for both the home and away jerseys from that year. I don't think Mitchell&Ness made a road version of this. I've seen road versions. There's like custom Majestic versions, which I wouldn't mind getting. I don't, to this date, have one, but it's on my list. It's on my hit list because I love the old Padre jerseys from that time period. Shout out again to my buddy Slim. He's, you need a Greg Nettles in the collection. So the only other Padre jersey they did outside of Gwynn and Nettles, I believe, in this run was, I knew I would forget his name. Number 2. Goodness, I'm completely blanking. Wiggins? Was it Wiggins? Number 2 on the Padres from that time period. I knew I would forget the name. Last night I was going over this in my mind, and it took me a little while to remember his name. Because I almost wanted to say Pendleton. I know it's not Pendleton. I think it's Wiggins. Number 2. But at that time, it was an old USA run, so they didn't have the rights to put the name on the back. But they made it without the name on the back. Just the 2. Damn, that's going to bug me, man. I want to say it's Wiggins. Gwynn again. The home pinstripe. 85. So the year after the World Series year, and it still has the RAK on the sleeve. Nice jersey. I remember Slim got this when he was... I remember he got this jersey, and then soon after he got it, I found one. Just kind of the irony of the timing for it. All right, now we're going to go to the Bay Area. And I know Rez and Bay Area are going to be happy with it. Angel, they're going to be happy with this. The Willie McCovey. I call this the traffic cone jersey. 1977 is your year on this one. Nice jersey, though. I really, I mean, the pullover jerseys from the 70s are still some of my favorites. That's still bugging me about the Padres. Again, Slim, thank you. Very rare piece right here. This is another Willie McCovey. This is the black 78. Good year. San Francisco Giants. It was like Al Wiggins or something like that, I think was that guy, number 2. Jack Clark. Of course, Will Clark would play later with the Giants. This is his dad. I think it was his dad, if I'm not mistaken. 25th on the side, on the sleeve. I do still have to get a Giants hat with that 25th on there, but eventually. And obviously it's an old run, doesn't have the name on the back. But the other two do. And thank you to Slim. And thank you to Slim again for this one as well. 3 in a row. Thank you to Slim. I got the white one. And this one has the Clark on the back. Same jersey, just in white. This is going to be the 25th. I'm sorry, the year is 1982. Nice jerseys, though. You know, pullovers again. Can never go wrong. The black Jack Clark. This one I've had longest of all of my Giants jerseys, I believe. Either this one or my Will Clark. I can't quite remember which one I got first. May have been the Will Clark I got first, the 89 Will Clark. Again with the 25th. This one's seen some better days, but it's still a quality jersey. And here's my 89 Battle of the Bay Will Clark. You see the patch there, where they would lose to the A's. The A's' only World Series win of that 90s runs, that the late 80s into the 90s runs of those A's teams. Sorry to Giant fans, but it's the truth. Of course, the Earthquake series in '89. And here is your road Hank Aaron, the jersey that he tied the Babe in on the all-time home run mark. 1974 Hank. Of course, he hit home run number 714 in this one. And he got number 715, the record breaker in this one, the home Braves 74. Just 44. This jersey right here, even as a diehard Phillies fan, this is probably one of my all-time favorite MLB jerseys. It's just so classic with the Indian feathers on the sleeves. It's just that home white. I know the Braves have worn this quite often as like their throwback jerseys, but the Hank Aaron in this, you can never go wrong in this. The road one too, but that white one, it's just is so crisp. 76 Phil Necro, candied stripe jersey. Nickname was Nuxie, so he wore his nickname that year on the back of the jersey. Back when MLB players could do that kind of thing. I know they had the Little League jerseys, like the Little League Classic jerseys with nicknames on the back for some time. They did those years after a few years in a row. I always thought that was cool. I kind of wish they would go back to that, because it's something different, you know? Like, everything's so uniform. It's like it's nice to see something different every once in a while. And then here's the Necro Road Gray, which I saw the Braves wearing these on Turn Back the Clock night against my Phillies, and the Phillies were wearing the Saturday night special maroons, and they got blown away by the Braves. So the Phillies are 0-2 all time in those jerseys. They lost to the Expos back in the 70s, and they lost to the Braves some years ago. 76 is your year. It does also have the Centennial for the National League. Woo! There's a lot in here. There's a lot in here. Again, thank you to Slim. The Dale Murphy, number 3. 77. Again, the Indian feathers. Of course, the difference is it does not have the Centennial because it was the next year. No, the year prior, rather. 77, of course, was the year after. Another Dale Murphy, Fun fact, Dale actually spent a little time with the Phillies as well at the end of his career. Murphy, the powder blue. 81 is your year on this one. Another kind of staple jersey. You see this one in a lot of collections. Just a colorful jersey. I always like the old powder blue Braves jerseys. There's not a lot of bell and whistles with it, but it's still just a classic looking jersey. Here's another Phil Niekro, the home white. 81 as well. Now these are more of ones that you kind of would say, okay, now probably ones most people have seen the Braves in. So you got your 95 World Series year Greg Maddux. You saw I have his Cubs jerseys. You know, we got the Professor's Braves jersey as well. World Series logo where they beat Cleveland, and the 30th anniversary of the Atlanta Braves. Of course, they go back to Boston, Milwaukee. But of course, Atlanta is where they've been ever since. To the chagrin of the Phillies, the Braves just win the division every year. Although we do beat them in the playoffs, so I guess it all evens out at the end. Shout out to all the Braves fans watching this. Fitted Fiends, the ATL Don, if you watch this, shout out to you. Always doing good stuff. There's the road John Smoltz, now doing good work as a commentator for the MLB for games. 99 is your year. They went on to lose to the Yankees in the World Series as a World Series jersey. There's a 715 for Hank Aaron, the anniversary, 25th, and the World Series logo. Some would say it's a loser's patch because they lost to the Dynasty Yankees at that time. But a lot of teams lost to the Yankees during those years, besides Arizona. And now we have, towards the end of his career, Hank was a Brewer. Here's the Hank Aaron Milwaukee Brewers. And the fun fact about this is he started his career in Milwaukee and he ended his career in Milwaukee. Of course, he was a Milwaukee Brave, and he ended his career with the Milwaukee Brewers. 1976 is your year. They did make, I think, a 77 Braves, Hank, and we can never quite figure out the origin of that, if he was a coach on the team or what, because he ended his career with the Milwaukee Brewers. But they did make, as you saw, the Niekro and Murphy, the Murphy more so, they did make a road Hank Braves, and he didn't play in 70s. So the best we could say, maybe he was a coach, maybe he came on the field to don the hat a little bit with the jersey on. It was a jersey that was made in the Peter years, so, you know, many years ago. It's kind of a conversation piece. I've only seen it a handful of times, but I don't own it. Again, you have the blue, the road, 76, Milwaukee Brewers, Hank, the hammer. And we're going to get into the Harvey Wallbangers jerseys right here from the Brewers, the 80s Brewers. Paul Molitor, number 4, road blue. This is a 1982. So, of course, the year they lost to the Cardinals in the World Series. But they did get there. It's the only time the Milwaukee Brewers made it to a World Series. Haven't been back since, to this point. And there's Rockin' Robin Yount. 82 again, the road powder blue. I've always liked this era of Brewer jerseys, and it's always cool to see them kind of bring them back as throwbacks, you know, whenever they wear them. I just always thought they looked nice. And there you have the home Rockin' Robin right here. 82. Another classic right there. I really like the pinstripes on this one. It really pops with the colorway with the yellow and blue. course, my Phillies were part of the reason why. Back in 2004, Phillies beat the Brewers in the NLCS. Of course, went on to win the World Series, the only one I've seen them win to this time. I was too young for 80. The Road Gray Rockin' Robin right here with the memorial patch, the HK with the bat. This is a 1988. I really like this one. I kind of wish that they would do some more players from this era, because I just love the pullover Road Gray. It really looks good. Oh my. Then we have a button-up Rockin' Robin. This is a 1990. Robin Yount. Rookie Chef right here, Gary Sheffield. Mr. Wiggle Bat. I certainly remember that back in the day. There's his rookie. I want to say it's another 1990. The other one they did was Paul Molitor. They made a 90 Molitor, which I don't own, because I already have Yount and Sheffield in the same jersey. So, if I can ever get it cheap enough, it's never to say I won't complete the set someday. But all right. I know I get a lot of people from Toronto. You know, you Blue Jay fans love to remind me about Joe Carter. So here's the. Here's the pre-Joe Carter Blue Jays right here. The 87 Big Cecil Fielder. Of course, his son Prince was in the league for a while. Part of that Brewers team that the Phillies dispatched back in 04. Prince Fielder. I do have his Brewers jersey. This is the one you normally see. The Road 87 Fielder. Got that year right? Yep, 87. Iconic jersey. I kind of wish the Blue Jays would wear it again, like as a throwback. They used to. They used to wear it as like an alternate jersey. Halliday used to wear it. Maybe Mitchell&Ness will make his throwback someday. Roberto Alomar, 1992 World Series. Yep, the first of their back-to-back. This one was against Atlanta. The second one, we're a little more familiar with in these parts, but yeah. Yes, even as a diehard Phillies fan, in the story I've always said about this one was one I got. The first sale I ever went to at the Mitchell&Ness store was the Super Bowl sale, and I picked up the 01 Ripken and the 93 Joe Carter. And now you're saying, Mighty fan, you're a Phillies fan. Why? I wanted to forgive Joe Carter, because you remember, the Phillies hadn't made the playoffs from 93 until 2007. And this was the winter of 2007 when I got February of 07 when I picked this up. And I said, I'm going to forgive Joe Carter, and now the Phillies are finally going to make the playoffs again. I'm not saying I had anything to do with it. They had a lot of talent on that Phillies team. But, sometimes forgiveness goes a long way. So the 93 World Series Joker, I'm not overly proud with this one, but I forgave him, and the Phillies went on to have a nice little stretch after that, including a World Series win. I'm sorry, I said 04 before. That was the Red Sox. Of course, the Phillies won in 08. It's been a long day. So yeah, 08 is when the Phillies won, of course. But 07, the Phillies finally made the playoffs for the first time since 93, and then they went on to win the World Series the next year in 08, not 04. That would be the Red Sox. That would be the Sox year. Phillies would come a few years later. So forget I said 04. I'm not in the right state of mind right now. It's starting to get, these lights are starting to get to me. But the Rocket right here, Roger Clemens. I don't have his Red Sox or his Yankees jersey, but I do have his Blue Jays jersey. Which, if I were to say, I think it's the nicest one. it's very aesthetically pleasing. The Yankees you see all the time, the Red Sox you see all the time, but this one, so it does have the, this does have the wide neck, which this run of baseball jerseys had. This is a size 52, and look how wide this neck is. This is crazy. It has the Blue Jay logo from that time period. It also has the 50th, so it's a 97, so it has the Breaking Barriers Jackie Robinson patch. Oh. Woo. All right, now we're going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here we come. George Brett, 1980. That one I can't get wrong. 1980, the Phillies beat them in the World Series. Of course, it was 80 and 08 for my Phillies. But this is the MVP season for George. And, of course, he had hemorrhoids. And, you know, the rest is history. The World Series did not go their way. It went our way. I don't remember that when I was a little too young, but I would get mine some many years later. And here's the road. George Brett, the jersey the Royals won in Vet Stadium when they lost to the Phillies. Willie Wilson struck out. Against the Tugger, of course, on the mound. But there's the road, George Brett. And then here is, I want to say this is the 85, right? This is the World Series year, the one they won. Right? Yep, 85, George Brett. When they beat the Cardinals in the World Series, they wore this jersey. A little different with the buttons and the Royals on the front, but the colors are the same. Oh, Bo knows it's getting hot in here. And Bo also knows I'm about to show his jerseys. So here's the rookie, Bo Jackson Road, 89. Where's Mr. Tecmo Bowl right here? His Royals jersey. Of course, he was the cheat code in Tecmo Bowl as a Raider. And this is the original run of the 89 the 89 All-Star. They, of course, made it years later again. But this is the original of it. 89 All-Star game. They made Schmidt as well. The Road Schmidt, which, of course, now Mitchell&Ness has made the 89s again. But this time they did not make the Schmidt with the All-Star patch. So the original is still always going to be known as the original because it has the All-Star patch. I will make a video with my thoughts on the newer run Mitchell&Ness baseball. That will be coming pretty soon. I just got to film the thing. All right, here we go, Sox. Here we go. Is it fair? Is it fair? Yes, it's fair. We win. But then lost the next game in Game 7 to the Big Red Machine. But here it is. The iconic Red Sox Carlton Fisk. Of course, Keep It Fair jersey. Keep It Fair in the World Series. 1975 with the New England, Massachusetts, rather, bicentennial patch. Number 27. Yeah, they were one of the victims of the Big Red Machine, but a lot of teams were back in those days. Wade Boggs right here. Number 26. You saw number 27. Now here's number 26. Sox with the Fenway patch. You park the car outside of Fenway. You walk to the game. You get your Fenway Frank right there, huh? Come on. MightyFan shows a little love for Boston. Don't you get it twisted. I still have to get to a game at Fenway. I still have to get to a game at Fenway, at Wrigley Field, and at Dodger Stadium. But they're all on my hit list. Now we're going to go to the defending World Series champs here, the Texas Rangers. I told you you'd see this guy again. There he is, Perry, Gaylord Perry, number 36, with the patch on the sleeve right there, the powder blue. which the Rangers have worn as a throwback from time to time since. And I was so happy to finally pair to end the search for this one. I think a year or so ago, maybe 2 years, I forget, but the home white Perry, which really is one of the harder ones to find. They're both getting hard, but this one became pretty scarce. But I like the little details in this one. Like I like the Rangers star on the inside, the Walker star right there. There's Texas Ranger with good old Trevette, Ranger Trevette, who movie buffs out there would remember. He played one of the bad guys in Die Hard. He got knocked out by Argyle at the end, coming out with the ambulance. That's why I can never exactly take all of his fight scenes that serious when he played Ranger Trevette on Walker. I mean, he got knocked out by Argyle. I mean, all due respect to Argyle, but I mean, oh, so you're a tough guy now, okay. So anyhow, here's the Rangers. Pete O'Brien, Texas Rangers patch right there. This one's getting hard to find. This red one, you see the blue one from time to time, but and this is red. I mean, this is like stop sign red. This red is just one of the craziest, brightest reds that Mitchell&Ness has ever made on a jersey. It is red, red. It's like my face after I'm in the sun for too long. But here, and sometimes when I'm not in the sun for too long. But there it is. Pete O'Brien, the red version of the Rangers, and the year on this one is 1984. Did I put these? I think I got these. Okay. This is 84. Yep, 84. Jersey OCD. I had the jerseys mixed up. Here's the blue version. The more common, if you will, of the Pete O'Brien. You see this one more than you see that fire engine red. And it does have the logo on the sleeve. Again, same deal, only in blue. 84 is your year. The Ghostbusters year. And I do look forward to going with Slim to watching Frozen Empire this weekend. Ghostbusters. One of my all-time favorite movies, the original. And Ecto 1 is still my favorite movie vehicle. It will always be. We got Mr. Buddy Bell right here. Little different look of the Rangers jersey right there. 1983. So this one actually has to go ahead of the O'Briens. Then I'll feel better. So there, there's the Buddy Bell. Oh. Ryan Express right here, the home white. Shout out to my Ranger buddy. He was very happy when they won the World Series last year. I said, well, we would have given you more of a fight, but, you know, the Diamondbacks had to get pesky and win those last two games. Otherwise, we would have given you a battle. Well, don't worry. The Phillies would have had more of a battle on your hands than those snakes. We'll get even with them, though. Don't you worry. Snakes are in trouble this year. Here's the logo. Right. I'm actually seeing the Phillies play the Rangers this year. It's part of my plan, part of my game plan, my partial season ticket plan. Good old section 422, row 2, seat 17. That's MightyFan seat. Just remember, if you're at Citizens Bank Park and you see that seat, see that seat, say hello. So anyhow, there is the Cleveland Indians. Oh look, it's Gaylord Perry again. Oh my. This is as plain Jane as it comes, but I had to have it. It is one of those that I had to have. 72 is your year of this one. There you go. We're getting there. I promise we're getting there. I told you this rack is just chock full. It is just chock full. Whew. Again, thank you, Slim. Another, and I will say Indians because that was their name at the time. I know now they're the Guardians. I understand all that, but they were the Cleveland Indians at the time. There it is. Frank Robinson with Chief Wahoo on the sleeve. There you go. 1975 is the year of this one. Oh, 76 for the red. Dennis Eckersley. Cleveland Indians of the time. Chief Wahoo on one side. And we have the Cleveland Spirit of 76. Very fancy logo right there. We need to see that on a side pad, on a hat. Pierre, get moving. Leon, get moving. Shout out to the fellas, of course. Views from the vault. You guys continue to amaze. Wonderful, wonderful jobs by all of you. And keep up the great work. Here we go. Minnesota. Jake. There they are. We've come to your Twins. There they are. Huh? The Twins right here. Rod Carew is your player. And I was glad to find this. 72 Road Rod Carew. And I was glad to find it in a smaller size. I'll tell you, every time I saw this jersey, it was like a parachute jersey. Every time. It was like a 5X. And finally one came up that was more... I'm not a very svelte person, but I mean, I'm not wearing a 5X. But I finally found one that was a little smaller than a 5X. Some years ago. Mr. Killebrew right here, same jersey. Just different player. More newer run too by Mitchell&Ness. This one came out about 5 or 6 years ago. Harmon Killebrew. Again, I don't have the wool flannel, but I do have the poly knit. And it's a road gray. Oh, that's a screen grab. Jake, this could be my screen grab. You never know. You can see the Twins as a screen. All right, I'm going to keep moving. I think that would be so ironic if that's the screen grab. If I say, this is going to be the screen grab, and that's the screen grab. Okay. We have that Rod Carew, again, Minnesota Twins, but this is a powder blue pullover beauty right here. Look at this. Oh, with the patch. Oh, the big name on the back. Oh. 1977 is your year. Star Wars, Slim. Star Wars year, Slim. Slim and I, we both like Star Wars too. So 77 was a good year for movies, as was 78. A lot of good things happened in 78. All right. Now we have this newer China run. I do not have the original version of this, but the newer one does have the name on the back because the original one did not. The USA run, they didn't have the naming rights back then. But there's the Kirby Puckett. 84 is your year. Ghostbusters year again. What else came out in 84? Was it a Beverly Hills Cop, I believe? 84 was a big year for movies. Speaking of, I know they're making another Beverly Hills Cop coming out, I think, direct to Netflix later in the year. I look forward to it. I do, because they brought the original cast back. So... there you go. Sometimes they make too many like redos of movies, but I look forward. I think it's called Axel Foley or something like that, or Axel or something like that. They used his name. They're not calling it Beverly Hills Cop, but it's like Axel Foley or something like that. I look forward to it. Akmel, Balky, Perfect Strangers, was in that movie. Anyhow, here we go with the home. And they did not have the names on the back of the home jerseys back then. 84, you'll see a Kirby Puckett rookie card with him wearing this, and you don't see the name on the back. So they got this one historically accurate, even though they didn't have the naming rights back then. But it was still historically accurate. Just so you know. And we have Kirby again. Oh my goodness, look at these Kirby Puckets just coming out of nowhere. Look at this. A road gray. Woo! Jake. This is like the part of the video that Jake has been waiting for. There's the Puckett 34. Love myself some road grays, right? Pinstripe too. Ooh, 87. That's the year. road Kirby. Their first World Series year, of course, then of that era, and then of course they would win again in '91. So the Kirby years they won 2. Now they just reissued this one. They made this in Herbeck again. The '91 World Series. The old Metrodome. Think of that stadium with this jersey. Kirby, and like I said, they just reissued it. It's on Mitchell&Ness website right now. You too can own one right now. All you have to do is go on there and buy. Or Herbeck if you'd rather. Number 14. But they just reissued these. Whew. Oh. Oh. Here we are. I've been known to have quite a few Oriole jerseys. And now we've reached the Mitchell&Ness Baltimore portion of the video. We have the Reggie Jackson. The 1 year he was an Oriole. Some people may have forgotten he was an Oriole. He was an Oriole for 1 year. 76. There's his road jersey. Before he was a Yankee, he was an Oriole. Ironically enough, the first ever name of the New York Yankees was the Baltimore Orioles. So Reggie kind of knew. You know, he's like, you know what? I could go to the Yankees. Let me go to the Orioles first because that was their original name, and then I'll go to the Yankees. Okay, maybe it didn't work that way, but I like the, that's a funny little story, right? So Reggie Barr right there as an Oriole. I do not own his Yankees jersey. I do want it, though. But I have yet to own one. I have his Angels. I have his A's. I have his Orioles, but I don't have, I don't know. Eventually, it will happen. We have the rookie Cal. Now, you might have seen this again on Mitchell&Ness's site. This is another one they just reissued, but they reissued the 2001 because it was a turn back the clock. But it's the same jersey, just with a different year on it. Because the O's wore this in '01 as a turn back the clock. And it was Cal's last season, so Mitchell&Ness is like, oh, we'll make it. But this, I mean, it comes full circle because this is his 82, so this is his rookie. Right there, you can see it. See, I'm not lying. There's the 82. But if you go on the Mitchell&Ness site right now, you'll see this jersey again in 2001 form, which is the same as 1982. So there you go. Again, thank you, Slim. The Eddie Murray. Same jersey, just different player. They made a Brooks Robinson and a Palmer in this one. I don't have those. I'd like to, but I don't. 82, Eddie Murray, right there. And then we have the 84 Eddie Murray. Because why just have one Eddie Murray when you can have multiple? And there it is with that beautiful patch right there, the 30th anniversary Baltimore Orioles. Yes. There they are right there. I look forward to my trip to Maryland this week. Later in the week, gonna get together with Slim. You can never have enough Oriole jerseys. You can never have enough. Here's another Ripken. This is the 93 with the All-Star patch on the sleeve, which I was so happy to get the hat. When they originally came out, I got the All-Star hat. I guess when they reissued it. They came out years before I didn't get it. I felt bad. Then I finally got one and I felt better. So there it is. This one came from Nostalgia Boy, so shout out to Nostalgia Boy. Nostalgia Boy always doing that work. He's always putting that work in. Don't let him fool you. He's a hardworking man, Nostalgia Boy. Always with the content, with the jerseys. Good stuff, as always. Maybe we'll bump into him this weekend, too. You never know. Anyhow, here's the other one I got that day with the Joe Carter. Here's the 01 Cal Ripken, the original run of it. I know they've made this a few times. His last season jersey, of course, 9/11, so it has the flag, final season patch. They have yet to make a Tony Gwynn with the final season patch. They've made a lot of Tony Gwynn jerseys. It's only a matter of time. I have a Ricky Henderson with that patch from '01, but not Tony. Mitchell&Ness, let's work on it. Anyhow, we're going to move. We're almost there. I can see the end. Oh, my goodness, I can see the end. Luca, we have your White Sox here. There is the home Dick Allen White Sox. I was legit checked on a Dick Allen before, and I knew it was a knockoff because it had the name on the back. It's not supposed to. There's the 15, just the 15. 72 is your year, his MVP season with the White Sox. Of course, he started his should-be Hall of Fame career with the Philadelphia Phillies. I have those jerseys. And yes, he was a great Philly. He was a great player for many years. White Sox ended his career with the Oakland A's. But he should be a Hall of Famer for sure. One of the retired numbers by the Phillies. And here's the Road Powder Blue, which I have the perfect hat for. There's the 15s on the sleeves. On the sleeve, I should say. Zipper down. Jersey right here. Tail sweeper for the front. We're almost there. I can see it. I can see that end. Probably one of the more iconic White Sox jerseys right here, the 80s. This is the Carlton Fisk, the old run, USA run, so no name on the back. Just that Sox on the front, 72. It does have the 75th for Comiskey. Right there. Carlton Fisk home whites. And I have his Mets. I have his Reds, his St. Patty's Day Reds. Belated Happy St. Patty's Day to all of you. And I have his White Sox too. Oh no, this isn't. I thought this was okay. I'm a jersey ahead. I'm a jersey ahead. Keep that in mind. This is Carlton Fisk. I know this is not the player I thought it was before I saw the name on the back. I moved too fast with the name. We have the 50th anniversary of the All-Star game right there on the sleeve. It's the same jersey. Okay, so this is Fisk. It's the same jersey. But this one for sure, because I know I don't have any others. I'm getting so loopy now. I feel kind of drunk. This isn't good. I haven't even drank anything to believe me. This is another 72. This is the Tom Seaver, number 41, not Fisk 72. This is Tom Seaver, and the Seaver set is complete because I have like I said, the Mets pullover, the St. Patty's Day Reds, and the White Sox Road Gray, which should probably go ahead of the Fisk. Yeah. Two more. I can make it. I know I can. I can make it. This is another one I got from Slim a bit back. Shout out Slim. The Bo Jackson, the black White Sox jersey. Probably one of the more iconic, White Sox jerseys that Mitchell&Ness has made. That Jackson 8 with the Comiskey right there. Beautiful jersey. This would be a 1991. The number. Oh no, that was 89. All right, I'm like I said, I'm not feeling it right now. 1989, the number. Another summer. Swinging while I'm singing. Oh God. We've reached the end. The Road Gray. White Sox. Bo knows this is the end. Bo Jackson. Oh, thank God I didn't do this in the summer. That would have been bad. Jackson 8 on the... I can't believe I did this in the summer back in the COVID year. Oh, God, what was I thinking? 93 would be the year here. 93. So that was the year I entered high school. Mm-hmm. With Kobe at Lower Marion. So there they are. We've reached the end. There is no more on this rack, thank God. That's the... I hope you all appreciate what I'm doing for you. This has not gone well for me. But we've reached the end of that rack of it's so full. I forgot how many were on that one. how long is this? And actually, this is less time than I thought it was. An hour and 4 minutes to do all that. I gotta sit down. I need a drink. I need to sit down. Anyhow, I hope you all enjoy what I'm doing here. This is a labor of love. Believe me, this is laborious to do this thing, okay? But I'm doing it, again, to catalog the collection. But I know how much people enjoy these kind of videos, these collection videos, right? Everyone loves seeing these, so I'm going to continue on. Now we move to the basement. The next one I do will be, I think, my authentic non-Mitchell&Ness baseball. Non-Phillies, non-Mitchell&Ness. I have a whole rack, Z-bottom, of just all other baseball. I think that will be next. And then we're going to move the football. We're going to, we'll get to the Philly jerseys too. We'll do the Phillies. Then when it gets cooler in the fall, I'll come back up here and we'll finish off these racks here. The BP jerseys, the NBA room. Oh, there's the Mighty Kingdom. It's ever growing. It's like Gremlins after midnight. But this is why I got a catalog every 4 or 5 years, right? It doesn't stop. You think it does. Doesn't. Then, hello. It never stops. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for watching. What do you always got to do? Please leave those likes. God knows I need the likes. And I'm going to remember that Padre guy as soon as I turn the camera off. That's when that name's going to pop right in the head. It's like I forgot the Phillies World Series. Yeah. Public Enemy line. I'm not with it right now. It's me, but it's not me. It's like another me. It's the evil me. Although I'm still kind of happy. I don't know. But anyhow, oh God. Oh, I have to remember to bring the towel. I have to remember to bring the towel whenever I do these damn things. But I do this for you and for me. More so for you, but also for me. But leave the likes. Right, like. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. You never want to miss one, right? And make sure you hit the bell icon. I only hit this a few times this time. You notice? That's why I stayed back there. I was bold though. I came over a few times, but bob and weave like Barry Sanders making a cut. Oh, I don't want to do that. I'll break my hip. Anyhow, I'm gonna. You never want to miss an episode, so hit the bell icon. And that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it for me. So you just saw Z-bottom rack number two of the Mitchell&Ness baseball collection. Okay, there's still more. Believe it or not, there's still more. There's Phillies. They'll come at some point. Don't you worry. You're gonna see those. Okay, but this is all the non-Phillies. All right, you saw both videos of it. And we're going to keep moving. We're going to keep getting these videos done throughout the year. And at the end of 2024, you would have seen MightyFan's entire collection as it stands at that time. But there'll be more. I'm kidding myself if I say there won't be. There'll be more. Believe it or not. But we'll get through it. We're going to get through this together. It's a combined effort to get through this. That's what we're going to do. Anyhow, I got to go. I got to get a drink. I got to towel off. I got to change my shirt. There's so much I have to do, and I gotta sit down. Oh God, I have to sit down. Oh, it's like I feel like I ran a marathon. That's not good. I mean, I'm showing jerseys, and I'm like, You don't understand the pain. This is, oh my God. That's a workout just doing that. Maybe that's good for me. I probably lost like 5 pounds just doing that. Anyhow, I'm going to go. Hope you all enjoyed this. Keep doing what you do with the content. It's always appreciated. Thank you all so much for the continued support to this channel. It always means so much, and I hope you all appreciate this. God, please appreciate this, because that was work. I forgot how many were on that rack. Oh my goodness. That was a lot of jerseys. What type of person has that many? Me. And others like me. It never stops. Never stops. Anyhow, I'm going to get to the review for the new Run Mitchell&Ness MLB jerseys that they've been putting out. Maybe do a little for the Blue Line collection too, because they did something with one of the Blue Line jerseys, as pointed out by my Instagram buddy Angel. And Mitchell&Ness, they're sneaky. They're sneaky. But they couldn't get it past Jersey heads, okay? So they did something which might be a good thing to the Blue Line collection, and I will get into that video next. I don't know when. Might be this week, might be next week. We'll see. Maybe I'm hoping for this week because I want to do my review on those jerseys while they're still kind of new. Releases still until it's get later and later, and then they're not. Although on their site there'll be new releases for like a year, but we're gonna get to them. That's probably gonna be the next video you see for yours truly. And that's gonna be it. We're gonna keep going from there. Okay, so thank you all for all the wonderful support to the channel as always. Hope you all enjoyed this part 2 of Mighty Fans collection, cataloging collection, whatever you want to call it. Pain. I will see you on the next one. Take care, everyone. I'll see you all again soon.